Hi, I'm Doug Fischer, Editor-In-Chief of Ring Magazine, and I'm with lightweight prospect Ruben Ace Torres. Ruben, you're one of the prize pupils of Thompson Boxing Promotions, and you've got a big opportunity coming up in just a few weeks. You're fighting on the undercard of the Regis Prograis Jose Cepeda pay-per-view event in Carson, California. You're going to be fighting outside. It might be kind of crisp, but you're going to be fighting in front of the true hardcore boxing fans. Before we get into that though, we're at your home gym. We're here in Santa Fe Springs. You started boxing here probably before the age of 10. Can you tell us a little bit about your amateur roots and starting here at this gym?
Yeah, well, like you said, I was, when I started boxing, I was like about to be 9, age or something like that. It was in Pico Rivera at Rivera Park. They had a boxing gym. I don't think it's up anymore, but I spent like 2 weeks there with Javier Gomez, who was also still in my corner. They shut the gym down. After that, it was like a group of us. It was like 15, 16 of us that all came here, and that's when I met Danny. It was packed already, so you could just feel like one gym going to another gym and like everybody merging.
And at this time, Danny, he's got a world-class fighter in Yanni Perez.
Yeah,
champion at bantamweight.
I didn't even know who Danny was or what. Like I said, I had just started boxing, so.
Did you click right away, or did it take some time?
It took some time, yeah, because like I said, I had just started, and then I trained for about a year until I had my first fight. So it was a lot of work, mostly with Javi at the time, and then next thing you know, little by little, I just started getting better.
What kept you coming back? You're training for a whole year before you have your first amateur fight. What was it about training at this gym or boxing in general that keeps you coming back as a kid?
I have no idea. I guess it's a combination of both, like having the folks, pushing me like, hey, they maybe saw something or maybe I have no idea, but I did though.
Did you feel it yourself? Did you feel like, I've kind of got like a natural ability or
I grew up.
Did you know right away that you were good, or did that take some time?
At first, I lost my first fight, by the way. So,
okay.
That was kind of like, I don't know, I just always had a chip on my shoulder, I'm the youngest sibling, and so I feel like that kind of feeds into it a little bit.
Younger brothers are scrappy.
I don't know why. So, yeah, I think that kind of just wanting to be able to, protect myself and stuff like that. That was back in my mind probably, but all I could think about was just, man, this is pretty fun, You get to get in the ring and it kind of hurts, but it's worth it because you get to put a beating on somebody else. So I think just the fighting aspect was part of it.
That tells me you're a natural boxer, because a lot of kids want to box, or they think they want to box, and that first sparring session when they get a bloody nose or a bruised eye, well, they don't come back, or they make it all the way to that first amateur bout. And if they lose, then they quit.
Like, nah, I don't want to do it no more. Nah,
so something in you, even though the sparring sessions could get rough, even though you lose your first amateur bout, you come back.
You got to get your get back.
Yeah, okay.
So it might go bad for you one day, but hey, I'm going to see you tomorrow and I'm going to see you the day after. So, it's fun. I enjoy it.
How many amateur fights did you have in all?
I would say like a cool 70, 80, around there. I lost a good amount, probably around like 15, 20. Lost and the rest won. Some stoppages.
But you showed ability, and at least towards the end of your amateur career, you're sparring with professionals. Professionals are using you to get ready for major fights, even title fights. So you've got that potential.
You know what? Like that kind of leads into I actually stopped boxing for a while. So I think like once you get older, especially in your teens, you start thinking like you know it all. That's like the so you're not really looking at like, oh, I'm sparring with pros, like I really have a chance, or at least I never really thought like that. It was more so like I was kind of doing it just out of routine in a way. Like it's not really for me. Is this what I want to do? It's whatever. So that kind of like led me to like try to go down my own path, like get a regular job or go to school or something like that.
You chose school.
Yeah, I did.
Were you a good student in high school?
So.
Good enough?
Yeah, I mean, I graduated, so.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, for like, after high school was kind of like a wake-up call, you know? It's like, damn, it's real out here. So I started noticing, like while I'm in school, I'm over here broke and, you know, trying to pass class and all this. And,
Where'd you go to college?
San Francisco State.
So what was that experience like? You're leaving Southern California, you're going to the Bay Area. It's different.
Yeah,
It's different out there.
I mean, it depends, but me, I'm more of like a family person, the warmth, the beach and all that. So which they do got over there, but it rains a lot over there and stuff. So
yeah.
I think that kind of like just really showed me like who I was, you know. So I was like, nah, I'm not gonna do this school stuff. Came back home after I finished my first year. So I did 2 semesters, whatever. Started boxing again. Went to a few tournaments. I made it to the Golden Gloves Nationals. And I was like, after taking almost 3 years off, so that kind of like put things into perspective for me. Like, all right, now I'm starting, like how you were saying, how you're sparring with pros and you're thinking like, oh, this may be for me. I mean, I was doing okay, you know.
Sounds to me like the break was good for you. It was good to take a break, not necessarily physically speaking, but just for your mind to know what you wanted to do.
Kind of like I said, it was a wake-up call. So, I mean, now we're here about to, you know, get on a first big event. I'm supposed to be here though, you know, I'm supposed to do this, and that's really how I feel. So,
I've watched you work your way up from 4-rounders to 6-rounders to 8-rounders to like the co-featured bout of a Thompson boxing promotion to the main event. And you've headlined a couple main events. This last one, this past August in Corona, California, it was a tough fight. You were in with not just a dangerous puncher from Venezuela, but a guy who's a lefty and kind of an awkward style. But this dude really came to win. It was like kill or be killed for this dude. And you guys took turns hurting each other, wobbling each other. There was some flash knockdowns there, but talk to us about that ending, because it was like a bolt out of nowhere. Nobody saw it coming, especially Christian Baez, but it was like explosive. We're all jumping out, like the commentators, we're jumping out of our seats like, what the heck did we just witness? And it kind of went viral, but it's also sort of like in terms of social media, people's reaction to it, there's positive and there's negative. It's kind of polarizing. So talk to us about that.
It's all positive, man.
It's all positive for you.
So it's just wild the way it works, because like if you think about it, or in reality, that was my 19th fight.
Right.
So in my head, I'm like, I should be going viral just off of what I've been doing before, you know? Right. So it's just crazy to me that it took for me to do something like that to get people's attention, you know?
Because it was quasi-controversial. You actually didn't break the rules, you know? You were just being a fighter in there, but it was so unexpected. It was such a short little left hook, turned his lights out. It's his fault. You got to protect yourself at all times, and you got to be focused in there. When the referee says, hey.
And he had been done this, like, fight.
Right.
It's like 10 seconds, 15 seconds. Like, are you just gonna like still sit there?
He was still complaining about that knockdown. Yeah, he didn't like the knockdown, which is like, bro.
And so I think the only thing that I would say that I messed up and that I regret doing was giving him the dap. But if I just go straight into it and hit him, all is well, you know. So. I mean, I don't regret it. He's like he had him bite his ear off, you know, or something like that.
Yeah.
It was a tough fight.
I haven't thought about it that way. The dap was like, okay, like you lured him in. Like, hey, we're friends. No, we're not. Yeah, right.
I'm not thinking that he's gonna fall off of that hit, off of a punch. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, it's 50-50. Depends who you ask. You know, I've had a lot trust me, I heard it all already. Like to this day, I'm still getting comments and people telling me stuff like, oh, I don't know, like. That was a snake move and this and that, but I mean it's boxing, and like I said before, the number one rule is protect yourself at all times.
All right, let's check it out, Ruben. Valla's doing a lot of complaining to referee Thomas Taylor.
So I just don't get what was I supposed to do in that situation? Okay, I dap you up, but then it's like it's time to go. And he's still like just lounging around. We have 3 more rounds to go in a fight that I feel like is close, you know?
Close.
So I'm not wasting no minutes in there. I'm gonna let you rest for what?
It was tit for tat. And I agree. I think the fact that you gave him dab like that, that's part of the controversy.
Yeah. Because like when you
kind of
spar,
seems sneaky, but
yeah.
that's like a...
That's in the gym. That's in the gym. This is a fight.
Yeah.
If I'm sparring with you, I'm not gonna shake your hand and hit you.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of paranoid now because like I said protect yourself at all times. Like I did that, you know. So
right.
Now in the gym, like every time I dab somebody up, I'm already ready to go because I gotta live. I gotta live what I said, you know. So
you know what I think part of it was the way he stiffened up and fell backwards. No, but it looked like slow motion. Yeah. It was super dramatic, but in real time, the punch was fast. His reaction was immediate, but the fall was so dramatic. I forgot. It was like out of a cartoon. Yeah, it was Tim Burr. Yeah. So that's part of the reason it went viral. Personally, I was happy for you.
I didn't think he was gonna get like I said, I didn't think he was gonna go to sleep like that.
Yeah. It didn't feel like that hard of a punch to you.
But I'll do it again.
Well, you have the right mentality, and prior to that, though, it was your toughest fight in some regards, physically speaking, because this dude was tricky. I think he was deceptively fast.
He was tough. Yeah, he was tough, and he was pretty strong.
You got buzzed or stunned a couple times, maybe early.
It took me a while, honestly. I was hurt in the first round. He caught me with a clean shot, and I think just trying to get my feet back under me because it was a minute. I had to hold on, and once I fell into the ropes, I grabbed him.
Good instinct.
And then, thank you. And then going back into the corner, like I watched the fight over and over again, and I see myself kind of falling into the ropes, and I remember that, like walking back. So I'm still not well. And then the fight was going fast after that. So I kind of feel like I was more so internally fighting. At the same time, somebody's like trying to kill me. It was do or die for this guy, yeah.
It was.
For me as well, which is why I had to do something like that, you know. So, I mean, like you said, for them it's win or go home, and there's your opportunity. But for me, I feel it's the same way. I only get one shot at this.
You created so much momentum. You've been winning, obviously. You're undefeated, but you've been looking good. And you were looking good against increasingly better opposition, more experienced guys, stronger guys, boxers, fellow prospects, veterans, gatekeepers, that sort of thing. You don't want a setback because you're so close. Yeah.
I'm closer to my goal now than I've ever been, and I'm coming for that spot. Like I put in so much work. For what? To just turn around and be like, all right, well, I guess I'm just going to take it just because I want to be friendly? Nah, we're not friends in the ring, so.
That's the right mentality. Now, November 26th, you're on the undercard, Pro Grey Zepeda. It's a big pay-per-view. These guys are top junior welterweights. The winner's going to get a crack at like the undisputed title, You're right. They're the big dogs. You're on their undercard. You want to be where they're at. Talk to us a little bit about the stakes of this matchup and who you're fighting, this tough guy from Uruguay.
My opponent is Eduardo Estella. Shout out to Thompson and Mob Nation for collaborating and putting me on that card.
It's good to see promoters working together.
Like you said, it's a great card to be on at the War Grounds. A lot of bad fights going on there.
There's great history in Carson, California.
So, like I said, I'm supposed to be here. I'm supposed to be doing these things. Like this is just part of the journey to get to, my goals, to complete my legacy at the end of the day. I hate to use that word. It kind of sounds corny, but it is what it is. I know that my opponent he's hungry.
Have you been able to check him out?
Yeah, I watched film on him before.
What's his fighting style like? What can we expect from him?
He's rugged, but he has skills and he's fast. He has quick hands. He looks pretty solid. He likes to throw in flurries, like 5-6 punches. He slick on the defensive. So, but I see a lot of openings. He has a lot of openings. I mean, he's 13-1. You know, he doesn't have that much experience. I believe he has a pretty good amateur record out there in Uruguay. I'm not sure how much the competition or how good the competition is, but
it's experience.
Yeah, so
so you can't just look at his record and say, well, he only has 14 fights.
No,
you got to take that into consideration.
No, he's tough, and he's on a little win streak. He has like 4. I think he lost that one to another Mexican fighter. I think it was at 130 though, Lara. After that, he got on a little win streak, which he's currently on. So I know, like we said before, it's do or die for him too. I think it's his first time fighting in California or United States, but I mean, come that night, I got a lot of stepping up to do. You know, it's batter up.
You have to expect the best version.
It's batter up. Fighter. Yes, sir. Yeah. So
how would you describe your style for people who haven't seen you?
I like to fight, obviously behind the jab. I think I'm more of a defensive fighter, so like counter puncher type. But I like to think myself as versatile, you know. So I could box, I could brawl.
That's what I like about you.
Entertaining.
That's what I like about you, because you're nearly 6 feet tall, if not 6 feet tall. So you've got the height, you've got the reach, you've got undeniable physical tools, especially for a lightweight. I think you could fight comfortably at junior welterweight, but you can make lightweight. So you're dangerous. You have the punching power, you've got fast hands. You could play it safe. You could just be a stick and move specialist. You could just keep everybody at the end of your jab and look to Tommy Hearns and just drop that straight right hand. But you're comfortable fighting on the inside. You're comfortable stalking your opponent. You're comfortable luring traps, backing to the ropes. So I see that versatility. Regardless of the style, one thing I always note about you is your eyes are like this big, man. Your eyes are like silver dollars, wide open. You're looking at your opponent. You're watching everything. And it makes me think, this is a guy who does his homework. This is somebody who's even if you didn't get a chance to watch them fight, because there's not always video on everybody, but even if you didn't get a chance to watch them coming into the fight, you'll use the first couple of rounds to figure out that style, and then you figure out ways to break them down. It doesn't take you too long either.
I didn't used to like watching film because I forgot where I heard, but it makes sense that if you watch an old fight, say you watch one of my fights, you prepare for every fight differently. Right. So I didn't like to watch film because I would think that their tendencies or whatever they were trying to do in that fight, it might not be the same for my fight, but at the end of the day, people have patterns, you know. So there's punches that when you get uncomfortable, you like to throw. When you start off, you like to start off with a certain punch or a certain combo all the time. So just growing in the sport, I feel like it's mandatory. You know, you have to do your homework.
So this will be your last fight of 2022. Obviously, we think you're going to win. But it's not just about winning. It's how you win, right? So you want to make a statement. You make that statement. Let's just talk a little bit about 2023. What are your goals?
My goals for 2023, I have to get into top 10 if I want to get a chance to fight for a world title.
I know you're looking at the rankings, right? You know where you're ranking, like the WBA, the WBC?
I think because I have a little regional title, USNBC, WBC, so that got me finally like on the website. You gotta look. Well, my name's all the way at the bottom, so I mean, I'm not really trying to pay attention to that right now. Like I said, I'm not overlooking my next fight.
That's right.
But for next year, for sure, fight some ex-world champions or even another contender that's you know trying to get up there.
Once you're ranked, you can look to see who's ranked ahead of you, and you can say, hey, we can get that guy in the ring.
Most definitely. And that's all it is. Just keep winning, man, and stick to the game plan, and then we'll see where the rest goes and talk to the team and see what they want to do. But I'm gonna be world champion, so just take all the steps forward. But starting with this next fight.
Well, you got the right mindset, definitely. Obviously, you've got the tools, you've got the talent, you're getting the experience right now.
Yeah.
We look forward to watching you really evolve from a hot prospect into a legitimate world-class contender.
Appreciate it, man.
Thank you.